Hey, so a couple things I wanted to say about East versus West 15 now that it's over. Great event. First and foremost, we'll start, obviously, Zaranov got smoked. I was wrong. I've been saying for months that he would beat Vitaly. But I also said if I'm wrong, I'll be happy, and I am. I'm always happy to see Vitaly just keep climbing, keep that upward trajectory. I thought Zaranov would be able to get a stop, but it's true that Vitaly has just taken this opportunity to train arm wrestling full time, and it's really a dream come true for an arm wrestling fan who loves Vitaly and has always known he has that potential to challenge Levon again and be that guy. It's a dream come true to see him becoming that guy, and it's really awesome. So I still think Georgi Zaranov would beat most people in the super heavyweight division. I think he could beat Hermes. I think there's not anybody else who could do that to him. So Vitaly is really reaching that final form that we've always known he was capable of, and it's freaking awesome to see. So a little bittersweet there. I was very wrong, but I was happy about that just because I love Vitaly. Um, Betkilioniani was really impressive. I did predict him to pull off the upset just based off what we've seen him in the recent past. He's really improved a lot. It looked like he was a different Polar this time around, and sure enough, he's really turned it up a few notches. So that was really awesome to see. Yoshinobu Kanai is, I think, to me, was the highlight of the whole event. I mean, he's facing Toddzilla, excuse me, on his first match back, and sometimes in like a fight or something, somebody loses but they win, and that's a good uh, good way to sum up what Yoshinobu Kanai did. I mean, he lost the match, but he won our hearts, and I mean, that dude is awesome, man. He had a smile on his face the whole time. You could tell he was just psyched to be there, and he took Toddzilla to the red line, man. And at the end of the match, Toddzilla says that some bitch is damn strong or something like that. And if Toddzilla says that some bitch is strong, you can bet your ass he's strong. So can't wait to see more of him. Yoshi, that was fucking badass. Pardon my language, but that was really great. Um, let's see. Now, another thing that stuck out to me was kind of the unfortunate refing in the Samusha Myrov match. You know, here's the thing, like it might not have affected the outcome of the match. Samusha might have still won, but the fact that it was kind of like when excuse me, when Paul Lynn was facing Sasho, and that first pin, he had it buried for like a freaking 4 or 5 Mississippi, and they finally called it. It's like those few seconds of full exertion in an arm wrestling match could really amount to a lot, especially if it's a title match. You have to get 4 pins, and you're going to the red line, and it's just a few solid seconds of the refs not calling the pin. It was very clearly a pin. He was holding him there, and they just, again, they were just slow on the call. But then the second round, that was a pin too, and they never called it at all. So, and I've seen people say, "Oh, it wasn't a pin." I rewatch. I guess I'll have to rewatch it, but it looked pretty clearly just like the first one. I mean, it was at the very least, a parallel pin. They didn't call it all, so just a travesty, I think, for the refs to kind of blow it like that, and Myrov was very not happy. I did think he kind of should have shook hands with Samusha at the end. Like, Samusha was kind of like, "Hey, what's up, man? Great match," and he was pissed, man. He just like walked right by him and was like, "Nope." Rightfully so, but it's not David's fault, man. It's not Samusha's fault. He should have kind of gave him the respect, but he is pissed, and rightfully so. And I think it's really unfortunate that the refs messed that one up, because again, like, just that short amount of time where he's going all out and they wait 3 seconds, it's like it could have been a 3-0 start for Myrov, and that's a huge difference in the total outcome, or the direction the match is going, you know what I mean? So pretty unfortunate there. Another thing that stood out to me was Gennady. I know Michael Todd is kind of the big the big story as far as this version we're seeing of him. And I love Michael Todd, But Gennady was really, really, really impressive to me. The fact that Kamil Jablonski is a presser, like, that's his move. His freaking go-to move. And he wasn't able to pin Michael Todd with the press. But Gennady was, it just kind of is a reminder why he was able to defeat Devin in the way that he was. I mean, Gennady's not a go-to presser, but he pulled it. He pulled the move out of his ass when he needed to, and was able to pin Michael Todd. So again, I'm not trying to take away from MMT's victory there, but Gennady looked really good for coming back from an injury. He's been out for like over a year, and facing this form of Michael Todd, like, Gennady is, he's in the conversation no matter who he faces. Like, he's ready, and I can't wait to see him again. Can't wait to see Michael Todd versus Hermes. That's going to be a really, really awesome match. Hermes also has a press. It's a different type of press, but it's still going to be interesting to see how he deals with Michael Todd's King's move. And, as happy as I am to see Michael Todd get this success, I do have to say it does seem a little bit iffy, the fact that his arm is just so straight, and just because it's not touching the pad, like, it really seems like, I don't want to be that guy, but it really seems like he's relying on that bone lock, because he's totally fully outstretched, and it's not a pin. Again, Mike, I love you, dude, but it just seems a little bit, I don't know. It doesn't seem very kosher, I guess, for an arm wrestling match to be totally straightened, and then it's still not a pin just because it's not. I don't know, but awesome. Still want to see Mike go on to do great things. Gennady, incredible. Alijan is Alijan. Like, that was, I will say, that is almost exactly what I expected. Ivan gave an even better fight than I thought, because I'm someone who just puts Alijan way on the top shelf. He has blown me away every single time. I never doubt him. I have such high expectations from him. He is so freaking good, dude. And yeah, honestly, I thought he was just gonna blow through Ivan, and that's to my fault. You know what I mean? Like, that is a mistake on my part to kind of not give Ivan enough credit. there. Like, of course, he's a legend. It's not going to be easy for Alijan, but it's, again, just Alijan is that good that I just thought he was going to have no trouble. So this match kind of showed me that, they asked him at the end of the match, like, do you want to go for Vitaly or Morozov, or do you want to go back down and face, somebody else? um, I think that's something he should really think about. I'm really personally going to think about what I want to see him do, and like with him struggling with Ivan. I do think he could probably beat Morozov, you know what I mean? But to me, it showed that Vitaly is the number one left arm. I don't think he would have a chance versus Vitaly. Before, I was saying, dude, he might just hook Vitaly. I know that's crazy, but again, after the Zaranov match and seeing Alijan versus Ivan showed me, yeah, he's not gonna fucking hook Vitaly. And yeah, so that was awesome to see. I think Alijan, I'm not gonna say he shouldn't go for it. Like, go for it. It would be awesome to see. But let's be honest, Vitaly's probably gonna beat Morozov, and if he goes for it, more power to him. But I don't see him having any chance versus Vitaly. If he would have absolutely demolished Ivan, flash pinned him 3 times in a row, maybe, but still, it's like with him beating Zaranov like he did, I really do believe that he is unhookable. So yeah, there's that. Alijan, bravo. Can't wait to see him again. And Devin Larratt, I don't have a lot to say about Devin Larratt. I am not a fan of Devin Larratt. I didn't watch the full match because I'm a huge Petrenko fan, and I guess if I have anything to say, it's just that what a bummer that is for Petrenko. He just got that belt. He earned it. And, Devin made weight. It was a fair and square title match, but it really made me think that they need to have same day competitions for arm wrestling. Like the fact that he had 36 hours to rehydrate and refuel, like it's just a world of different. That's even more than a UFC fight. And these UFC fighters, they dehydrate themselves to extreme levels and rehydrate. So they're much bigger on the fight night, but they have 24-ish hour. I don't think they have 36. Maybe it is something like that, because I don't think it's really at night when they weigh in. But anyways, like for a strength competition, that's too much. That is too much, because 36 hours, it's not going to really affect you at all. Like if you have that much time to refuel and like recomp, like, yeah, he was clearly not a 105 kilo puller. Like, and Petrenko doesn't even cut any weight. You know what I mean? So to me, that was a natural 105 kilo guy versus a fucking super heavyweight. You know what I mean? So no surprise in the outcome at all. Again, it's just a bummer, that had to go that way for Petrenko. And when Devin pulls, if he, and all the Devin fans will love this, but I hate Devin, and if Devin pulls and he wins the first round, I usually at least mute the match or just turn it off. Most of the time just turn it off, because it makes me sick to my stomach watching his behavior and just the way he just will not shut the fuck up. And I get it. He has, that's his fucking prerogative. He can do whatever he wants, and he kind of has this reputation to uphold. So he has to do that because he's Devin, and it's just absolutely disgusting to me. And I'm a huge Petrenko fan. I've been him and Zaranov both, I've been saying, you can look back at my old videos, I've been hyped on them. So this match was a very, very big disappointment to me. It's not that I thought Petrenko was going to beat him. It's more just that I thought how awesome for him to have won the belt, and what a shame that he has to just face Devin, like, right away. That's his first title defense. It's like, and Devin, again, is not a 105 kilo guy. So it seemed a little unfair. Did he act a little bit over the top in terms of, like, in comparison to his other matches? I don't really know, because, again, I muted it. I turned it off after he won the first round. I didn't really watch. I kind of checked back in after the match was over to see the whole Morozov debacle, but to me, he does seem like someone who is on drugs. I wouldn't say it's cocaine or meth. It's hard to tell. But he's probably on something, maybe like ADHD medicine, or I have no idea. He acted like he was on drugs, and maybe he always does. Maybe I just don't pay that much attention, but to me it was so over the top, even for Devin, like, and the dead giveaway, or a good indicator that it was a little extreme, was the fact that there are so many Devin fans. And Devin fans usually just look the other way for anything that he does. Any of his shenanigans, there's like, oh, that's just Devin. But it's like, this time, even a lot of Devin's fans are saying, usually I am on board and usually I enjoy Devin matches. This was too much, you know? So for his fans to come out and say stuff like that, and I'm not crying, you know what I mean? Really, I don't care. Levon exists. Devin will always have to live with the fact that he will only ever be number 2. That is enough to, you know, bring peace to my spirit. Just that at least there's one person who will freaking crush Devin into powder when he faces them. It makes me sad that there seems to only be one person. I mean, Gennady did beat him, but again, at least Devin has that to humble him, to remind him, you will never be number 1. Devin, you will never be number 1 on Earth. So, anyways, that's enough for me to give me peace, but still, it's unfortunate that there's really not that many people. And Devin is great; he's great, but he is a cocksucker. Devin is a cocksucker, and you know, I'm not saying that he should be like banned or anything. Like, ultimately he has his freedom to be a cocksucker if he wants to, but like I said, it's just it's a big tell. It tells a lot that there's a lot of his fans even that are thinking that it's a little bit over the top now. And I think he was on some kind of drugs. I don't know. He just seemed very extreme. And yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say. Oleg shouldn't feel like he lost a lot because he was pulling way out of his league, out of his weight class. Devin is not a 105 guy. They need to have same day weigh-ins, at the very least, like, 12 hours before. That might not be a popular decision, but it is what I think, especially for arm wrestling, for it being a strength competition. When you have so much time to recomp, it's not a good, accurate gauge of who is really the top of that weight class, especially since Oleg doesn't really cut weight. So I don't know, that might change a lot of things if there are other pullers that pull way heavier than they weigh in at. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Great event. kind of bittersweet for me. Vitaly is the man, and he would absolutely annihilate Devin if they ever pulled. Okay, have a blessed day.